Like back to week 1 NFL. See what happens. My prediction: the Panthers beat the Saints. Carolina upsets the Saints, which is kind of sad that it's gonna have to be an upset, but I think we win that game. Bryce Young over 200 yards. But he's gonna smash it.
This was the first snap of the season for Bryce Young.
He sucks. Feeling been cooked. 94 standing still.
The Saints just having.
Oh my God.
Hey, let the camera down. Get over. Big over.
You guys never had a chance. Never hope in Carolina. You still taking Bryce over CJ Stroud or what?
3 and Bryce Young.
Fantasy-wise, we're just hoping we play well. Team's going to come out with some dog. We're going to come out with some grit, some grind. The attitude's going to be there. We're going to play some hard-nosed football. We're going to run to the football on every single play. No plays off. Special team's going to have to be on point. Special teams wins championships. We're going to be in a great spot. This is why I hate fantasy. That's what it is. High and tight! You're getting cut. You learned it in 3rd grade. It's Friday, September 6th. And no one's talked about this. It's Tony's birthday on Monday. I don't know, I just remember. 49ers Jets, Monday Night Football. Tony's a 49ers fan, and it's his birthday on Monday. Big day Monday. I have a doctor's appointment Monday. I need to pick up merch Monday.
My biggest foci this week has been for sure the launch of Your Idiot League Mates YouTube channel. Put out the first video, which was the full vlog yesterday. I think we're close to like 25,000 views on it, which is fucking super cool for a first video on a YouTube channel.
It was a fucking movie and a half. It was a damn trilogy. It was maybe one of the best pieces of content that BDGE has ever produced. So shout out Joe.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, it's probably not the hardest video I ever had to edit. One of the most time extensive videos I had to edit just from storyline perspective with all of the confessions, the mid-draft confessions, and then trying to like link it up to when people were drafting and trying to find the people that were drafting. It's just like a lot of tedious and not headache work because it's editing a video. There's a lot harder videos to edit. Just like making a cohesive storyline, I would say, was a little bit more challenging just because of, again, how much content. There's 12 different people. There's 12 different narratives. Not that anybody really cares about how you're breaking down a story. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And then if you guys did watch it, I hope you guys enjoy it because I put a lot of effort into that. So I love seeing the feedback and the comments and things that you guys like and don't like. So trying to always make those videos better.
It was a fun time. It was fun seeing all the dudes in the office, all suited up. Draft went pretty well. Had Virgil's, of course. Anytime you have a big event, you got to bring the family barbecue out. You need ribs, barbecue chicken, and you need the grits that no one is going to eat. Those are also a must.
We'll talk about week 1, I guess. It is football season now. We are officially underway. I'm already losing sleep. It's already week 1. Your Idiot League Mates obviously got started, so if you didn't go follow that. Joe put the fucking GOAT edit together for that video. We're gonna have more videos out rolling. By now, you're seeing this next Thursday. There should be a lot of videos out by now. By a lot, I mean probably like 3. That still is a good amount for the time frame.
And going forward, I think we're going to have like probably 2, maybe 3 full episodes on the new YouTube channel where it's going to be pretty much anybody who's in the office. I'm hoping to host most of those and then get a rotation of the Settlemans, JMO, Gut, Nick, some of the Dynasty guys when they are in here. Get Adam in, get Andrew in. It'd be cool to have Sexy zoom in for an episode or 2. I don't know exactly how that's going to work because as soon as you add someone on Zoom, quality of the video just goes down. And then you take in the fact that it's Sexy and it just goes down even further. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, Your Idiot League Mates, the new big project of BDGE.
BDG started with Nick on the BDG Fantasy channel. Then we went to BDG Trivia. Then we went to BDG Dynasty. And then we went to BDG Bets. And now we have BDGE, Your Idiot League Mate. So if you're not already subscribed there, and we already have 3,000 subscribers, and the channel was made literally this week. So shout out to you guys, because that shows like, it's not easy to get 3,000 subscribers. That's like a fucking pull to just bring that amount of people over with like
one YouTube video. We have one video posted on there, and we already have 3K subs. So shout out to you guys for supporting us no matter what the fucking topic is. If we're talking about football, we're talking about fantasy football, we're talking about trivia, we're talking about just idiot league mates. You guys are ride or dies with us no matter our topic. So smoochies to you guys. Nick, I know, is very passionate about this whole league, but I think everyone's excited just about the whole league as far as like the prize, the competitiveness, prizes for you guys every single week. So I'm very excited to just kind of be making content around it. I think content's just always fun to be in, and now this just gives me another thing to hop on the couch and yap about. So never going to complain about that, and I'm excited to see where it goes and how things kind of shape out. Right now we're at such an early stage, we don't really know who's good, who's bad, but pretty quickly I feel like come October, or about 4 or 5 weeks into the season, we'll already get a strong idea like who's the contenders, who's the pretenders, who's got a real shot at this.
You know, the first episode I think did really well. It was about 30 minutes. It was me, Nick, Gut. Got a lot more traction than I thought it would for a first video. It went really smooth. You know, we kind of just sat down, turned the cameras on, and started yapping. Didn't really have a whole lot of planning. It was just kind of talking about the league, and I think it's something that we're all like excited about. It felt very effortless, so I think it can be a very successful channel. Kind of feels like when trivia first started. Feels like we're going through those motions again of raising this thing up like we did with trivia. So exciting to see that in motion.
I mean, by the time you guys watch this, we might be up to like 4,000, 5,000 subs on the channel, which is super cool. And we got to like 3,500 overnight. But I imagine it's going to plateau, and then we're going to have to start working and grinding for the growth afterwards. But I'm excited to see where this goes internally and externally. Like, I just don't think there are other brands or companies within the space or just out there in general that can pull this off the way that we're going to be able to. I think there's a hole in the market for it. I expect this to catch on fire really fucking quickly, and it becomes something well known. And I think we can become, Jack said it in the office the other day, like the first actual fantasy football league that people care about. You know, where it's like no one cares about your fantasy football league. I think we can get to the point with the personalities and the content and everything where people actually really fucking care about it. It's kind of been like my thesis of everything at this point. Like, I started making fantasy content years and years and years ago because I had so much fun playing in leagues with my friends in high school and stuff like that. And I've always tried to like transfer that energy to the content that I make on the daily basis. You know, it's cool to see it like kind of finally come to fruition after all these years. Like, the dream has kind of started to play itself out and put itself in motion. So really excited to see how that takes off. Obviously the NFL season kicked off last night, so we've got the actual start, right? Like, now we got to play fantasy football, right? We do all the talk and the yapping and the drafting and all that shit, and now the players got to play. And T. Higgins is a fucking cone, and he's not playing on Sunday, so that pisses me the fuck off already. Thankfully Jack had Mark Andrews going last night, got him like a 2-piece, but we need to grow up. At some point, you need to not pull your hamstring one day away from opening kickoff. Like, at some point, we got to not do that.
By the time you're seeing this, we'll know if I beat Casey or not, which will be interesting right now, as it's Friday, September 6th, 3:29 p.m. No one's played on either of our teams, but T. Higgins did just get ruled as doubtful. Jamar Chase is questionable. I have Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow stack, so if he plays, no T, should be a pretty good game, hypothetically. But we'll see what happens. He could not play, and I'll lose week 1.
And unfortunately, in week 1, Ravens-Chiefs, I had a lot of stakes on this game as far as our idiot league mates matchup. I was facing JL, who has Lamar, Zay Flowers, and Xavier Worthy, and I had Travis Kelce. Based off those 4 players, Kelce sucked. The other 3 kind of cooked. Zay was just like average. Like, I think he put up like 6 receptions, 60 yards. Like, it got him a good 11, 12 points. Worthy had 2 touchdowns. That hurts. Lamar had over 100 rushing yards on the ground. That hurts. But week's not over. Season's just beginning. A lot of ball left to play. I'm already kind of going in with the mindset like, yeah, you might be down 0-1. Time to climb back up. So Idiot League Mates is rolling. The NFL is rolling.
We launched our in-season product, so that was a big switch-off mode, something that JL's worked really hard on over the last week or so, where we went selling our product in the draft guide over to in-season product, which is a membership, allows people to have access to our weekly rankings, our sit-start rankings, dynasty, waiver wire rankings, all that kind of stuff, cater towards hopefully holding your hand throughout the actual interior of your league, like while you're actually playing. So those are 2 separate products. So that was like a big behind-the-scenes switch for us. And, you know, we got to think through redesigning the homepage for it, redesigning the communication to the audience for it, linking the Underdog partnership with the new product as well, which is kind of like a tough tech thing. But that was actually something really cool that JL pulled off this summer. You guys signing up on Underdog with our code BDGE, and as you do that, it automatically creates an account on our website from their app and gives you access to the product that we want it to happen. So it's a cool little, like, something that you guys don't really notice out there externally. You only notice when it doesn't work because you get mad at us, but us pulling it off is something really cool that we did behind the scenes, which I'm super proud of.
We got the Your Idiot League Mate Pick'em contest going. Finally got that up. It took a lot to work with Typeform to kind of get it in a position where we felt comfortable with it. So if you don't already know, you guys can actually play along with us in this fantasy league where you pick the winners of each matchup and then the highest and lowest scores of each week. And we're giving out cash prizes, $300 to 2 people every single week who have the best scores. So that's another way that you guys can feel involved in with the league, because I know that, like, a lot of times people talk about their fantasy leagues and it's like, dude, we don't care about your fantasy league. But, you know, hopefully with the league being so many people that create content and that you watch on a daily, maybe you're more interested in that. And then also you can kind of get involved in. The first week we had about 350-ish submissions, which I think is pretty good because we didn't even get the thing up and running until like midday Saturday. So most people could only vote like 24 hours in advance from the week 1 games. And to be fair, it helps you out a lot if you were going to vote like on Saturday night or Sunday morning, because you know fantasy football, people make last-second switches to their lineups. So you probably want the most updated lineups anyways, probably when we're going to see most of the votes come in. But again, just wasn't a whole lot of advertising going behind it. So 350 votes, I feel good about it. I think it's a good week 1. I'm excited to see what happens week 2 when, you know, maybe we can get some more advertisement behind it. Maybe we make more graphics about the league, just get more words out there about it. And as the episodes keep rolling, it's gotten a lot better than I thought it would. I think about starting a new YouTube channel. It feels like such a daunting task a little bit, and it can be overwhelming. But I think when everybody in this room is dedicated to building that channel, it makes the process so much easier, and it's motivating seeing the amount of success that we have kind of right off the rip, because we're fortunate to have people in that place, right? We're fortunate to have dudes who can make content, dudes who can edit, dudes who can make, you know, vlogs for us like Joe. So it makes the whole process a lot more enjoyable, and I can kind of just focus on like the content and editing of it. So yeah, that's definitely the biggest news.
Also, Thursday we went 0 for 3 on bets. It was really fucking cool. Had the 2 worst beats of my life. Pat Mahomes, I had over 20.5 rushing yards. Then I doubled down on 19.5 rushing yards. He had a 20-yard rush at the very end of the game on their last drive. Got called back on offsetting penalties. Preceding, I had Rashad Bateman under 30.5 yards. Catches a 50-yard bomb at the end of the game on a desperation heave, catching the very back of the football on the final positive play the Ravens had. Can't get much fucking worse of a beat than that. He was targeted 3 times. 2 of them were uncatchable. Insane. Bullshit. Anyway, I got carried away with parlays too on Thursday. Like, I just can't be... When I'm around the boys on parlays, it's just like, oh, let's place this, this, and this. And I just can't. I gotta be disciplined. Gotta be better. It's gonna be interesting week 1. By the time, again, you see this, we'll know what the fuck happens. If you're not subbed to the Bets channel, we literally have like 4 videos and 4 lives every single weekend the next however many seasons, or 3 videos and 4 lives. Some sort of math there. 2 of the lives will be me, Nick, Tony, and JMO for the most part, or a mix of their crew on Sundays and Thursdays. The other days will just be me yapping about it. When I do it, it's more like in-depth stats, numbers, what I'm placing on what, why I like it. When it's the boys, it's just like, fuck it, let's place a parlay and figure it out. So it's like 2 kind of different vibes. Both are fun, both are active, both were yapping in the chat about different shit that we think is going to happen. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll be answering questions, and we answer questions in the chat and stuff. So it's really cool. Make sure you tune into those. Make sure you check out the videos. I'm doing college football stuff too. So if you're into college football, I know that's majority not everybody in here, but if you're into college football stuff, make sure you lock in those. We went 7-2 in college. By the time you're watching this, we absolutely killed it. Week 1, which I was really gassed about. We had 1 bad beat. Other than that, the other read I kind of just missed. But yeah, so it was good. Having a lot of fun. Football's back. It's rolling. We're good. The only thing that's ass is staying up to like 2 a.m. doing research. But, you know, that's the grind that we got to do.
We did bring Deal or No Deal back today. We had over 1,000 of you watching on a live stream. Just for point of reference, when we did our fantasy drafts, we had about 150, 200 people tune in. When we did Imposter, we had 600 up to 700 tune in. And now Deal or No Deal, we had over 1,200 people watching at once. You guys are kind of showing us brick by brick, hey, this is a trivia channel. Go play some fucking trivia. And here we are with the game show. Deal or No Deal's back. Two of us will compete every week. Tony will be the host every week, and we will have weekly punishments, of which the punishment will be performed in the following week's live stream. So we've already started episode 1. By the time you're watching this, episode 2 will be airing tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, every single Friday. Check it out. Thank you for watching if you already did, and thank you for giving me a beast week 1.
Donda Live, I thought, was super fun. You could see people reacting in real time. You know, JMO and Nick were asking the crowd what cases to pick and just seeing a flood of numbers come in. It was sick. 1,300 concurrent viewers is really good. I mean, that is definitely the best live stream on the trivia channel, and I feel like those are even pretty good numbers for like our redraft channel too. So Donda's hitting, you know. It wasn't always like our most popular content in terms of like overall views, but the cult following that Donda has is sick as fuck. So that was fun. I really like hosting that one. For some reason, like the energy that goes behind it is just outlandish, and it's just a good time, you know? So unfortunately, I won't be able to do Donda week 2, but going forward for the rest of the season through the playoffs, I'll be hosting that. That'll be fun. It's been a big content week. Big content with your Idiot League mates and Donda. And other than that, it's good to have football back, you know? It's good to be in the middle of the season. Good to get shit moving.
And like all this stuff happens at a super fucking fast pace at this time of the year, like the end of August, early September. And I realized like we're just gonna need more help behind the scenes. So I'm getting on a call with 2 or 3 possible interns and or part-time employees, and I realized I got to stop like advertising it as an internship, because I feel like if I'm like 26 or 28 or 30 or something like that, and I'm like, oh yeah, I would love to do this part-time role, if I saw something advertised as an internship, I'd be like, okay, I can't get that. So I apologize for anyone that's seen those jobs posting and then felt like they couldn't apply because it was marked as intern. Even though there's not one single person that's ever reached out to me and said that, it just, I don't know, I just thought about that recently. So I'm getting on a call with a few of them, went through the applications to see, basically we need someone to help with a lot of the graphics for our fantasy stuff, as well as the Idiot League mates. And we've never really been like a graphic forward brand, but since we rebranded everything over the last year, color, palette, fonts, all this kind of stuff, and I've been getting way better at designs, it's becoming something I'm like super passionate about. I want to make sure that we have that bases covered on, you know, Instagram, etc., stuff like that, because I just want to do this correctly. And I realize we definitely need more hands on deck, because we're out here slaving away, and I'm like, even now I don't have the time to do all the extra stuff for the league and for the fantasy stuff and whatnot. So going with the applications, so we'll probably have someone relatively new. One thing I've learned a few things, I guess, you know. Let's talk about it real quick. And I tweeted this out earlier today. I think that anybody who runs a business needs to be making content around doing that. It is without a doubt the single best recruitment tool in the world. It is the single best talent acquisition in the world. So many companies struggle to hire people, hire high quality candidates, because they don't advertise their company as a story and as a brand, and we do that really fucking well. And it's the reason like Harvard gets 1 billion applicants every year and then gets to reject 95% of them, because their brand is so strong. A lot of you guys probably don't like Barstool Sports, maybe some of you guys do. You would be blown away by the number of applications. I would almost guarantee you that Barstool and their application to rejection number is on par with like the Harvards of universities and colleges. And when you build the way that they built over years and years and years of building a very loyal audience, and the same thing with us, put yourself in position to have the highest talent pool and be able to acquire talent that's hard to get elsewhere, because you have to give them something that they can't get elsewhere. Talented people can go work anywhere. They can do whatever they want. They can make money in their fucking sleep. When you're talented, the world wants you. What you need to do as you're running a company is to want the talent to come to you, and you do that by building something that people believe in. like people genuinely want to be a part of, and people want to help build that story with you. And I think that's something that we do really, really well. I get reminded of it every time we open up a position. Applications just fucking flood in immediately with people trying to get their foot in the door. And I try not to take that for granted, but just a piece of advice, like if you are trying to build something, if you're trying to build a company, showing behind the scenes and showing what's happening within the company, that is your story. That is the story of the company or the brand. And people want to attach themselves to it, both the good and the bad, things that you fuck up and things that you do well. Like people respect you for both sides equally. As weird as it sounds, they do like both sides equally. So it's a yin and yang there. So I've learned that. There's something else I want to say. I don't know. I can't remember. So that's all you're gonna hear from me for right now.
That's one thing I want to talk about. Winter merch. I'm trying to get underway. I think the route we are leaning is the triple stack, even though I'm not wearing it. You guys are familiar with it. The cream shirt with the triple stack logo. I think we're just trying to replicate onto a hoodie. That's our best seller. It's a simple brand move. Throw it onto a little sweatshirt. However, I'm trying to decide if we should go with a new printing place. As you guys know, our old printing place, I've had fake beef with. There's no real beef. It's just like they sometimes mess up. Sometimes the shirt they print has like some pen on it or just some marks on it. And now that's a shirt we just have to throw away. Not throw away, but obviously we can't sell it. Sometimes they're like a couple days late. Just like communications off. So now I'm trying to go to a new place. And the owner's name of this place is Myong. So as you can tell, communication at this one is not much better. However, I did drop them off today to get printed a couple samples to see can they cook, because while the other place does have fuck ups, like they're like 85% there. Like at the end of the day, the product is 85% there, but that's still like settling. I'm gonna see can we get above that 85% satisfaction mark. So I dropped them off. We'll get a sample back on Monday on Tony's birthday. We'll see how that goes to take the next step forward. I don't really have like a strict deadline from Nick on when to launch this, but I could tell it's like, hey, get this shit moving. So I'm trying to get the ball rolling. I think we're gonna go with the same merch brand that these t-shirts are from, LA Apparel. We're gonna get LA Apparel hoodies, I believe. We did order some things from a different site to see how their material looks. So right now we're just in kind of the beginning of phase, like which hoodie do we want, which design do we want, which printing place do we want. We're just kind of juggling those three things. Once they're balanced, once they're figured out, we're going to order 100 hoodies, maybe like 125, limited supply. When we did the shirt drop, I believe we had like 400 or 500 shirts dropping. The hoodies is going to be limited supply, winter edition, first come, first served. So once we figure out those few kinks in the next week or two, we will go masses and hopefully launch. I'm hoping like October, but that's like if everything goes smooth. Like Myong pulls through, we get the hoodies in, we get it printed by Myong within a week. So maybe like mid-October is a better goal, but I don't even like throwing out dates because now like throw out a date, you got to live up to that date.
What else do I got fucking going on? I don't know. 2K came out. That was pretty cool. Cancel Gaming's rolling. If you're not following Cancel Gaming, go follow Cancel Gaming. Me and JMO are putting out videos all the time. We have oh, dude. Okay, I got something to talk about. We have a 32-man franchise that we did not yap about yet. So we have a 32-man franchise. Nick is in the league. Joseph is in the league. I'm in the league. JMO's in the league. Sexy's in the league. You're probably like, oh, but you're already league mates. No, I'm not talking like fantasy, like fantasy drafts. I'm talking we had a fantasy draft on Madden, 22 rounds. Draft your guys and see what the fuck happens. I play Nick in week 7. I just played Sexy in week 2. Go check out that video if you haven't. Spoiler alert, I win by like 50 and might have dropped 80 on him, but that's fine. It was a good game. It was a lot of fun. He is Kyle Pitts, who was a fucking beast. I drafted Trevi Lawrence as my quarterback. JMO is Jordan Love. Joe got stuck with fucking cheeks. Yeah, he got auto-drafted a quarterback. Who is your quarterback? Oh, you got Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett as my quarterback. I got auto-drafted as Kenny Pickett as my quarterback in round like 17. I was going no quarterback all the way to the end. I took C-Mac in the first round thinking that like it's a fantasy draft. I don't even run the ball in Madden, so he's useless in the backfield. But other than that, yeah, I realized why I stopped playing Madden every time I play Madden, because the things that happen in that game Like I'm throwing fucking passes to people and it's going through people's bodies, tipping off fucking linemen's helmets, flying up in the air, and then some dude's fucking catching it. Like I'm fumbling on every kick return. Apparently my guy just can't handle the ball. Like it's a disaster class.
Yeah, so Joe is Kenny Pickett, but he's a good team around Kenny Pickett, so we'll see what happens. JMO's team is dominating as of right now today. JMO came in as like kind of like an underdog. He's kind of whatever. Brother is dominating the league right now. Hasn't even had a close game yet. So we'll see what the fuck happens. I don't even get to play him in the regular season. I think Nick might or Sexy might. One of those two definitely play him. He plays a bunch of you guys in the league as well. Make sure if you're not in the Cancel Gaming Discord, you get in those to be in franchises like this. We're going to have probably like a 2K league at some point where we have 30 teams. We'll do all that sort of fun shit. It's a really fun way to get you guys engaged with us, to play us, all that sort of stuff, to get you guys into videos as well. Make videos about playing you. It's super fun. That draft was electric, to say the least. So if you want to go back and watch the live, you can do that as well. That was really cool. That's really cool. That was a lot of fun. Like that was like probably the highlight of my week, of doing that, live streaming that. A ton of you guys popped out for that. We had like over 100 concurrent people just watching us draft for 3 hours, which was, we were in round 22. We had over 100 people watching. Like we were drafting literally 70 overalls. Ashton Davis is like who the fuck? Anyway. It was a lot of fun.
If you haven't already, go subscribe to the new Your Idiot League Mates channel and follow the league along behind the scenes and all that stuff. If you like this type of content, we'll be doing a ton of that type of content over there as well. All right. So I will leave you with that. AJ Brown, I need you to fucking brown the fuck out tonight. Put me up a 40 piece.